Are we live? Hold up. Wait a second. Oh, are we getting excited for Ahsoka episode 9? Oh, wait. Ahsoka's over. It's a Tuesday and Ahsoka's over. Just kidding. What's up, guys? It's Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. We got a lot to do today. We're going to rank all seasons. That's right, seasons. We're breaking it down by seasons of each Star Wars show. We're going to rank them in a tier list. We're going to do all that stuff. But there is a little bit of Star Wars news we have to get to before we do any of that. So that'll also be fun. And of course, we're going to speculate and do a lot of fun stuff regarding the greatest IP in the planet. And that is Star Wars. Okay? So, how we doing today, chat? Billy Smith, what's up, Billy Smith? Your pal Joe, how we doing? Badger, what's up? How we doing, Austin? All right, let me open up the chat so I can... I know I just read your chats, but I have to open up the chat on this side so I can see what you guys are talking about. All right, let's start up a poll right away so we can get the people coming in. Oh, what's up, Jay? How we doing? All right, let's go. What is your favorite Star Wars show? Okay, let's go with that first. Now, I can only give 4 options. I can only give up 4 options, okay? So let me hear, what are you guys' top shows? Top shows? Top 4? What are we thinking? Top 4? Gotta go quick. What do we got? I'm definitely putting Mando up there, of course. Mando as a whole, like all 3 seasons. I'm putting Ahsoka up there. Fuck you guys, I'm putting Ahsoka up there. Ahsoka's up there. What do we think? What else? Ahsoka, Mando, Rebels. I know, whoa, that's squeaky. I know Rebels is a lot of people's favorite. I do know that, Joe. And it's mine, too, honestly, if we're being... Andor. I got to put Andor up in... Yep. Hang on, one second. Andor. We'll put Andor, okay? And then we're putting Clone Wars just because Diamond Fig's very, very generous. We're putting Clone Wars. Clone Wars is that 4th spot, okay? Now, if you have another option, that's okay. That's okay, all right? That's okay. We'll live, all right? But we're going to start up that poll with those 4 options right off the bat. Huge shout out to Diamond Figs for the very, very generous $4.99. Let me give a heart to that. He says, if Clone Wars 7 was just the last 4 episodes, it would be the greatest season of Star Wars TV. I get what he means when he's saying that. Of course, Diamond Figs, I'm sure you're talking about those early on episodes with the Bad Batch, introducing the Bad Batch, and then the Martinez sisters? Somebody help me. Is it the Martinez sisters? I'm pretty sure it's the Martinez sisters. Those girls, like, that's kind of like a weird filler episode type stuff and could be thrown away. But if you take the 4 final episodes, the Siege of Mandalore, that stuff is just straight fire and incredible. And yes, I agree with you. If it was 12 episodes? If it was 12 episodes of the last 4 of the Siege of Mandalore, then yes, it would be the greatest season of Star Wars television. Yes, for sure. Yes, 100%. Right off the bat here, we got 40% of you guys think Mando is the best show. 40% also say Clone Wars. Ooh, tied. But we only got 5 votes in, so that's okay. We'll keep that poll up for a while here, and we'll see how people come in and talk about it. But we got some news to get to before we start ranking these shows, okay? Mando's still your favorite show? Clone Wars, yeah. All right, let's get to this news first, okay? This news, and another huge, generous... Thank you to Diamond Fakes for the $5. Very generous. This news came to a surprise of many, okay? And actually, not a lot of people took it seriously. I made a full-on video about this. Anybody, give me a 1 into the chat if you watched my Jabba the Hutt movie video. Don't lie, because nobody watched that shit. Don't lie. Don't you lie to me. Did you watch the Jabba the Hutt movie? Austin, don't lie to me. You guys are lying. That, I thought it was a fantastic video. No? Yes. I didn't. Sorry. Billy, are you kidding me? Billy, go watch it immediately after this stream. Okay. No, much love to you. But everybody thought it was a joke. Everybody thought, oh, Mike's just kidding around. There's no freaking Jabba the Hutt movie, and it honestly sounds like a joke. It does sound like a joke. Jabba the Hutt movie, are you kidding me? But we're going to talk about it because it's real. How we doing, Jonathan Revan? How we doing, Lightwood? What's up? Anthony says, Mike, I have to say Mando is my favorite show because it was the one that started it all. Without it, we wouldn't have Ahsoka or Boba Fett or most likely Skeleton Crew or this movie. True. The effects that Mando has for the future of Star Wars is a lot stronger than the show itself. I agree with you with that. But we're talking about the shows as a whole. And we're breaking it down by season 2, so we'll get into that in a little bit here. Darth Evan says, what's your opinion on Darth Mar from the Old Republic? I've been trying to learn more about him, and honestly, if he was the Sith Emperor, I'd follow him too. That's pretty funny. But Darth Mar, good character. I mean, the Old Republic is filled with incredible characters. Darth Mar, I feel like I'm mixing him up with somebody else. Hang on. Darth Mar. No, I was right. Okay. So Darth Mar, he's a cool character. I mean, visually, he's a very cool character. Honestly, when it comes to Old Republic characters, there's way too many that are better than him. But he's definitely a cool character. I mean, most Old Republic characters, are very, very cool. You can't really go wrong when it comes to Old Republic characters, but we definitely, in Lightwood just said it, we need more Siths and Darths in Star Wars. And you're not wrong. We do. We need more red lightsabers. And I think going to the Old Republic is a great idea. Yeah. Jay, you left a comment. I know. I was just messing with you, Jay. Just messing with you. I'd rather a Jabba movie than a Rey movie. I just voted for Ahsoka as my favorite show. Nice, Lightwood. Nice. Billy says, I've heard of it. Season 3 was a letdown for Mando. Interesting. The ending of Ahsoka Season 1 was awesome. I loved everything about it. We need a Season 2. Agree with that. And we need more Ahsoka the White. She looks beautiful in the white. Rosario is so gorgeous. Okay. We need a Game of Thrones style show for Old Republic. That's a great point, Darth Revan. Game of Thrones style show? Count me in. Count me in 100%. I actually got the feeling of kind of like a Game of Thrones type thing in Ahsoka. In the back half of the season, when they got to Peridia, it really felt like kind of Game of Thrones-y. You had the bandits, and even in the end, Shin goes to take over the bandits. You had Thrawn and his Night Sisters, and then you had Thrawn's undead army. Then you had Ezra with the Naughty. It really kind of felt like there was kind of their own little families, I guess. In Game of Thrones, they're families, right? Yeah. Ahsoka's theme slaps. It does that. Slaps the shit out of me. Anthony says, Mike, my favorite season, without question, is Mando Season 2. It was absolutely perfection. Every episode was a pleasure and a marvel to watch. Lightwood says, and yes, we need more lightsabers and dark sabers. Agree with that. And yes, Mando Season 2 is definitely peak Star Wars. In my personal opinion, is probably... I mean, Ahsoka and Mando Season 2 are kind of around the same neck and neck for me. Okay? That's just me. But we'll see where it all ends up in this thing we're about to make here. Honey Badger says, love me some Rosario. Definitely need an Ahsoka Season 2 and my boy Din in Mando Season 4. And Skeleton Crew, then Dave's movie, and I'm a happy camper. Yeah, Star Wars projects, especially in this Mandoverse era, we're gonna be living pretty good. Star Wars fans are gonna be living pretty damn good for the next couple of years to come. As I always say, it's the perfect time to be a Star Wars fan. Yeah. Lightwood says, I liked evil Morgan Elsbeth, even with the green saber or the green sword, black eyes, and handprints on her face. Yeah, it was pretty sick. And the Ahsoka music was amazing, especially the Purgle scene. Oh my effing God. Okay, sure. Cole, read it. What's up? Cole says, I prefer Ahsoka's style and storytelling. Andor's style of storytelling to Ahsoka's as a film junkie and a writer myself, but I enjoy watching both very much. We're going to get to Andor, and to those who really love the Andor show, and thanks for the hearts, guys. For those of you who really love the Andor show, might be a little bit just a little bit upset where I put the Andor show on this list, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Anthony says... All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read Anthony's, and then we're going to get into the Jabba news, and then we're going to go into the other thing, and I'll read all your chats as we go on here, and snore, I know. Anthony says, now, Mando Season 2 is my favorite series season, but the Ahsoka series was probably the most significant story in the Mando saga. I agree with that. All right, so let's read this Jabba news, okay? Let's read the Jabba news. Don't click away. Don't click away, guys. It's real, okay? It's real. Jabba can't hurt you. I will protect you. Jabba can't hurt you. I will protect you. Okay? Look at him. He's so sexy. Yes, Disney almost made a Jabba the Hutt Star Wars movie. Confirmed. So let's read it. Not only was it a Jabba movie, but it was from acclaimed director Guillermo del Toro. So, I'm losing my voice bad today, guys. I don't know what it was. I woke up this morning and I just didn't have a voice, and now I kind of got it back, but I'm going to lose it, okay? I'm going to lose it. And we're just going to have to deal with that, all right? We're just going to have to deal with that, okay? Okay, we're going to teach you about it. All right. So, Del Toro himself confirmed that he once worked on developing a Jabba the Hutt solo movie for Lucasfilm and Disney. So, Star Wars is full of massive varieties of colorful aliens, from the Geonosians to the Gungans to the Lasats. Alien races in the galaxy far, far away come in all shapes and sizes. But one of the franchise's more unique offerings is the Hutts, dun, 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 made known to fans by their most famous member, the Tatooine crime lord Jabba, who oversaw most Espa and surrounding territories with an iron grip. That's, of course, until Bikini Leia, chokes him out. So, Jabba, a Star Wars story? I mean, come on, guys. You don't want to see a whole movie of this? Just him going, oh, 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 oh. You can't tell me you don't want to see. You can't tell me you don't want to see that. It'd be Star Wars Underworld. It would be fantastic. I mean, come on. Come on. All right. Speaking to Collider, so this is recently. Speaking to Collider, Guillermo del Toro discussed his once-in-development Star Wars movie that would have centered around none other than Jabba the Hutt. Now, the original news for this Jabba movie broke in 2017, ladies and gentlemen, 6 years ago. Almost 7 years ago. 6 years ago. By Variety. And came at a time when Disney's acquisition of Lucasfilm was still relatively recent. They bought it in 2012, so 5 years in. At this point, the studio was more or less in a throw things at the wall and see what sticks mode, which was just a bad plan from the start, but we saw how that went. Del Toro, when asked how close it came to actually helming a Jabba the Hutt motion picture, he cracked a joke in response. So this was his joke that he said, "Well, I believe a movie's going to happen when the Blu-ray comes out, and that's when I think it's going to happen." So he's more or less saying a movie can happen. A movie only happens when it already happens, because you can be writing a movie and you could be in the early stages of writing or the late stages of writing, and the movie can get canceled. And that's kind of what happened with this project. So that's kind of what he's joking about. You don't know until the movie's going to happen until it's already out on Blu-ray. So the director expanded on these remarks, making sure to note that the film was getting left by the wayside was not his decision. As Del Toro put in, "It's not my property." So here's what he said. So in the last moments, things go away. I've had it happen to me many times. We have the rise and fall of Jabba the Hutt. I was super happy. So he had the rise and fall of Jabba the Hutt. Now we know the fall of Jabba the Hutt. It's him getting killed by Leia and then blown up on his barge. But the rise is kind of what we would be more happy to see. But he was very happy with it. We were doing a lot of stuff. And then, it's not my property and it's not my money. So he didn't really have a say in it. It was one of those 30 screenplays that goes away. And I sometimes am bitter, sometimes I'm not. I always turn to my team and say, "Good practice, guys, good practice." Meaning this happens a lot. 30 screenplays is a lot to just write a screenplay and then get rid of it. But this also does confirm that this was a thing. He was super happy with it. He had written a rise and fall of Jabba the Hutt, and in some sort of development phase, there was a Jabba the Hutt movie. But let's read on. He also took the opportunity to impact a little of his own personal philosophy, and not just filmmaking, but life. Trust the universe. So here's what he said. "We designed a great world and great stuff," okay? Now he's probably talking about Tatooine, but he's probably just talking about the underworld of Star Wars in general. I'm sure this movie would have saw like Nar Shaddaa and some more underworld stuff with some other bounty hunters like Boba and others, which is cool. We learned. So, You can never be ungrateful with life. Whatever life sends you, there's something to learn from it. So, I trust in the universe. I do. When something doesn't happen, I go, why? I try to have a dialogue with myself. Why did that happen? And some of you swim upstream in the universe, the less you're going to realize where you're going. Oh, and the more you swim upstream, sorry. So, what do we think? Del Toro is a big name. He's an Academy Award winner. He's known for, I think it says down here, Shape of Water, Pan's Labyrinth, even like Hellboy and Pacific Rim. He's known for a lot of big stuff. He's a big director. And big director, Star Wars, the two kind of go hand in hand. It would have been a pretty much a no-brainer. But would you guys watch that? Would you watch a Jabba the Hutt show? Is that something you would want to watch? Jabba the Hutt, the movie. Actually, not even a show, sorry, a movie. What do we think? Would you watch it? Would you watch it? Would you watch it? Cole says he might be able to find someone to lend the script to for a 3D fan film, i.e., Heir to the Empire. Interesting. I don't think we'll ever see this from Disney. I think we'll want to see it in some other way. Interesting. Oh, Star Wars Sith, what is up? Tony, how we doing, Star Wars Sith? Very generous $1.99 $2 holla says hello there. What's up, Star Wars Sith? How we doing? Thanks for stopping by the way. And Diamond Fix was just in here earlier too. That's funny. All right. Darth Evan says, Star Wars Sith, you want a Jabba the Hutt movie? You want a Jabba the Hutt movie? Darth Evan says, I think it would have been a Solo, a good movie, but not a big deal. Okay. Solo was the reason that this got canceled. Solo's the thing that's the reason that all these movies got canceled. Kenobi was in development, Boba was in development as movies. Now they're TV shows, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, the Book of Boba Fett, all that stuff. However, this did not get turned into a show. It didn't. Now, it makes you kind of think, what other movies were in development at that kind of throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks time period of early Disney Star Wars days? Like, what other projects were kind of in the works? If Del Toro is working on a Jabba the Hutt movie, what else is going on back there? Like, what secrets are being held back from us, Star Wars says, I'd take it better than a Rey movie. Yeah, exactly. Lightwood says, the Ahsoka show needs some awards. The cinematography, music, and costumes were amazing. I'm sure it'll see some awards. Usually these things win awards at this point. Like, it's a no-brainer almost, Yeah. Cole says, definitely not in on it. Like I mentioned above, I don't want to see it, but some people might be in on it. Let me see what you said. He might be able to... Oh, I already said that. Sorry. Yeah. I don't want to see it be turned into a movie now. I would way rather see a Jabba the Hutt maybe show. It's not more focused on Jabba the Hutt. I don't want to see the big giant green slug going around going, oh. Like, he doesn't even speak English. But I'd love to see more of the Star Wars underworld if that brings in bounty hunters like Dengar and IG-11. Or is it IG-11 or IG-88? I get the two mixed up all the time. Whatever. All those cool bounty hunters from that time period of the original trilogy and before, that would be cool. That would be real cool. Like a young Boba Fett. Oh, that would be so sick. So I want to see more of the underworld of Star Wars. And if that just happens to be with Jabba the Hutt being the main character, I'm all for it. I would way rather it be turned into a sort of, underworld show instead of a Jabba the Hutt show, but I'm all for it. Lightwood says, I'll take a Jabba movie. Sounds cool. The Hutts are interesting. That's also true. It'll give you more of the Hutts. Now, we get a little bit more of the Hutts in the Clone Wars, but that's a little bit less underworldy, Let's build up Hutt lore. I agree, Star Wars Sith. I agree. Definitely. 100%. And yeah, Obi-Wan should have been a movie or a trilogy. Yeah, it definitely should have been a movie. It was... The Book of Boba Fett movie really turned into a show. Like, it completely got reworked into a show. Obi-Wan went from a movie to just a movie split into 6 pieces. And they had to add in extra scenes and add in extra characters like Reva to fill in the gaps. So Obi-Wan took a big-ass beating from being turned into a show. because it had to be expanded into 6 episodes instead of just a 2-hour movie. It had to be almost 6 hours, and that's just a disaster waiting to happen, and it happened. So Boba Fett kind of got turned inside out, where it's a completely different story, but the Obi-Wan Kenobi show was pretty much just going to be the Obi-Wan movie, just a little bit different. It was almost the exact same script. So yeah, I agree. It should have been a movie, 100%. But that's the thing. Solo is the reason that Kenobi wasn't a movie. Solo was the first kind of Disney realizing, oh shit, if we just throw anything out there, they're not going to watch it. Solo lost them money. It lost money. A movie about Han Solo, one of the most beloved characters from the original trilogy, lost money. So that's when Disney was like, oh shit, we can't just be throwing anything out there, because that's not how this works. So yeah. Solo is kind of the end all be all for those Solo movies. But I mean, the news of Lando turning into a movie, if Lando Solo movie comes out, we could be going back to that kind of Solo stuff, but we'll see. Jay says, I do think we need a sequel to Solo. I do too. And if that is the Lando movie, I'd be all for it. I want to see it go more towards the Crimson Dawn and have a Crimson Dawn show or something like that. Get the kind of post-Solo Maul training Kiara type stuff, because that went to the comics, and although the comics were cool, the Crimson Reign stuff, it would have been so much cooler in a show or movie or anything. Maul training Kiara, would have been so cool. Obi-Wan definitely should have been a movie and not a show, in my opinion. I agree with that. I expect to see Sabine in a Mandoverse movie. You'll definitely see, actually, I don't know. You'll definitely see, I don't know anymore, actually, Billy Smith, because Sabine's trapped. She's on Peridia. I don't know. We'll see. I guess we'll just see. The Hutts are mostly crime lords. They like the Star Wars Mafia or something. The Hutt movie would be badass. Like some Godfather stuff if they write it properly. Yeah, but it would be a Godfather type thing where it's literally Jabba going, oh, and then you got like, you got the twins, and then you got, what the hell is the other one from the Clone Wars that you see all the time? Zero the Hutt, who actually speaks English, which is a help. But yeah, I don't know if you could focus an entire show around Jabba, just because, first of all, he doesn't speak English, and that'd be a lot of translating. And second of all, he's a big giant slug that sleeps most of the day. So there's only so much Jabba you can get, you know? Thrawn and Ahsoka actors definitely deserve an award. Lars and Rosario are absolutely perfection. Yeah. I think, I know he probably won't win an award, but Iman Esfandi as Ezra, goddamn. Darth Evan says, we could have something similar to Star Wars Outlaws. Yeah, maybe. I mean, Star Wars Outlaws it depends on how it does, honestly. It's going to be the next video game. Star Wars Outlaws is next year's open world Star Wars game. It's going to be a lot of the underworld of Star Wars during the time of the Empire, in between episodes 5 and 6, I think. In between episodes 5 and 6, you're going to play this new character. You're going to be in the Star Wars underworld, and it's going to be cool. It's definitely going to be cool. But I don't know. Are you guys going to pick up Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out? Are you going to pick up Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out? Give me a 1 into the chat if you're picking up Star Wars Outlaws when it comes out. I definitely am, and we'll probably stream it on this channel. But I feel like the hype wasn't really there when all that kind of came out. Are we picking up? Oh, Cole's picking it up. There we go. Dave's picking it up too. Ooh. I know, I already went back to the Ahsoka mug. I missed it, guys. I missed the mug, okay? Sue me. Oh, Star Wars Sith picking it up too. There you go. What about Eclipse? Good question, Billy. So what about Eclipse? Star Wars Eclipse, the game that dropped the coolest trailer ever and then dipped. Yeah, that trailer came out, like a year and a half ago at this point? Like, it's crazy. But Star Wars Eclipse, from what we've heard, is still in development, active development, which is good. I don't think you'll see it for at least a few more years. I'd guess 2025, late 2025, if not 2026. I think it's still probably a ways away from being ready. They probably shouldn't have dropped that trailer that soon, because if they dropped it and they were like, this game comes out in a year, people would be like, holy shit, let's go. But that's not what happened. So yeah, hopefully Star Wars Eclipse is sooner rather than later, you know? Shit, it just scrolled to the bottom. What the hell? Lightwood says, in Clone Wars, Jabba's brother speaks English. Some Hutts can speak the language. Jabba can't, though probably just because he's older. Interesting. Yeah, you're talking about Zero, right? Cole says, that's fair. I always appreciate it when it's gritty underworld stuff is brought in. I think Boba might be a better option for that if his show continues. Yeah, Boba Fett Season 2 would be cool if they did it right, okay? Boba Season 1 threw a lot of people off. I like it more than most. I do. I'm going to be completely honest. You're going to be surprised, to say the least, where I put Book of Boba Fett on this tier list in a second. But a lot of people got turned off by it because it wasn't the underworld that we expected, and it was way too focused on Tatooine rather than like Nar Shaddaa or somewhere else that was the underworld of Star Wars. And of course, the Mando comes in and takes over the show. But that's a whole nother story. True Greenbeard, what's up? Greenbeard says, I got an idea. Maybe some of the Hutts were masked and then they take them off. You mean like they're humans underneath the giant green slug body? That would be funny. That would be funny. Dave Bradley, what's up? Dave says, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show still annoys me because of its potential. It could have been awesome. Yeah, and you'll see where I rank Kenobi very soon. Yeah, for sure. Lightwood says, Hutts can live up to 800 years, so their story would be interesting in the lore to explore. Also, many also have a Twi'lek fetish, so it would be interesting to see why they love them. I'm sure that would be a very big focus in the Hutt show. Yeah. Star Wars Sith said, yeah, Dave, Obi-Wan should have been, yeah, Dave. Oh, yeah, Dave. He's talking about Dave. Yeah, Dave. I thought you were talking about Dave Filoni. Obi-Wan should have been a home run, easy layup. It was. You got two of the main characters of Star Wars, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin fucking Skywalker, the chosen one, and you missed the ball. You missed the ball completely. Swing and a miss. But maybe in that ninth inning, you might have got something off there, you know? Greenbeard says, if the sequels weren't so trash, Solo might have made money. Interesting. It's true. It's not so simple as to say that Solo wasn't good, so it didn't make money. A lot of it was coming off the back of The Last Jedi. A lot of people don't really put that into consideration. Wow, Ahsoka has taken the lead in this poll with 30% of you think Ahsoka's the best show, 25% think Clone Wars, 25% think Mando, and 20% say Andor. Thanks for the hearts, guys. Much love to you all. Lightwood says, in the extended Star Wars canon, Twi'leks are considered beautiful, but their story is tragic. They're a slave race in much of the galaxy. Yeah, they kind of are in canon too. I mean, in the Clone Wars, you see them going to war at all times, but you also see some slaved Twi'leks even in Jabba's palace, you know. Anthony says, I agree. It seems that the open world game may be the closest thing linked to George Lucas's already written ABC television show, Star Wars Underworld. I wish Disney would have just greenlit Lucas's series. Yeah, so the Underworld project that had like the 51 or 52 already written scripts or something like that, like maybe that's something along the lines of what they would have adapted in this Jabba the Hutt show. I don't know. KOTOR should be made into something. Yeah, well, Billy, they talked about doing the KOTOR remake. They did the announcement where they showed Revan's face and then they put up KOTOR remake, or just Knights of the Old Republic remake. And then we haven't heard anything from it except for the fact that the studio that was creating it kind of like handed it off to someone else or something. I forget kind of what went down with that, but a KOTOR remake would be very cool. I think they're saving all the KOTOR stuff for like the same time. I think once we go to the Old Republic, we're going to the Old Republic for like a long ass time, and it's going to be very focused, heavy on Revan and everything, all the way up until Darth Bane and the Rule of Two, and we'll get an entire Old Republic story fleshed out, and that's probably when you'll get the Knights of the Old Republic stuff. Yeah. Jay says, do you think that Graballa the Hutt can be in it? Who the frack is that? I gotta look it up. Probably know who it is, but hang on. Garbage the Hutt. The Hutt. Oh, it is a person. I thought you were just messing with me. Graballa the Hutt. Oh my God, he's real. What's the Hutt's name that that has the six pack? Do we know? Do you guys know who I'm talking about? Who's the Hutt that has the six pack of abs? Of course, Stinky would be in it. Is Stinky? Oh, is Stinky his name? Is that Stinky's name? Oh, that makes more sense. Wait, is it? I don't know. A gondola shows up when you search it, so on Google. So, yeah. Yeah, Ezra's actor was literally perfect. I agree, Dave. 100%. Ezra's actor, Iman, did incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Yeah. Mid for Real says, truly, I feel we may need at least one more show, probably animated, surrounding the sequels so that we may actually expand beyond the rise of trash because Disney is not going to stop making these movies. I don't know if you need a show to kind of go past the sequels. I think you just got to go. Just go. Just do shows, do movies, do all that stuff. I don't know if you need like one more show and to go past the sequels. I mean, maybe you could have some stuff in the Mandoverse time period that explains the sequels a little better, but I think just go past it. Just go past it. Give us movies, give us shows, give us everything. Maybe ignore some of the characters if you really, really want. Ignore some of the stuff that happened if you really, really want. Bring in Abeloth. Have her as the new bad guy. She's way cooler than freaking anybody else you could come up with. Have her chop Rey's head off. Like, you could go big. Go big. Go big. Just go big. Yeah. But I agree. Definitely got to move past those sequels. Honey Badger says, I hope Skeleton Crew rescues Sabine and Ahsoka from Peridia, or Ezra will help Hera reconstruct or build their own Eye of Sion and get back to Peridia themselves. I say the only way I want Thrawn is to die or lose to Ahsoka. Yeah, I think if anybody's going to kill Thrawn, I should say, it's most likely going to be Luke or Ahsoka. I think those, or maybe actually Ezra. Ezra might deserve it because of all the stuff he's kind of gone through, you know? But we'll see. We shall see. Leave Rey alone. I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry. I'll back off. But her head's getting chopped off by Abeloth. Actually, no. It won't get chopped off. It'll just be eaten. Have you seen Abeloth's mouth? Have you seen that big-ass mouth? Like, she's just quick and easy, you know? Quick and easy. Billy says, ooh, what about Eclipse? Oh, we already talked about that. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Cole says, I'm buying any new Star Wars content, lol, even if it's not great. Yeah, that's pretty much, I want to buy it for myself, play through it by myself to give my own kind of take on it. So, yeah, I'm definitely getting it. Lightwood says, but the Hutts identify as male or female, but they are actually both interesting. I did not know that. Probably 3 months after when it's cheaper, Jay says, oh, for, Outlaws. Yeah, that's what a lot of people actually do, and it makes a lot of sense, honestly. It's probably what I'm going to do with this Call of Duty that just came out recently. Buy it on Black Friday. Thank you. Dave says, I'll play it, but I'm not too excited for it. I was hoping for something different when it came to an open world game. Yeah, Dave, I get that. A lot of people were. Nobody really expected this. It was a surprise to most. This girl, random new character, open world game, following her in between the episodes 5 and 6. Like, it's cool. It's an underworld game. It's open world, but it's not what we expected, you know? It's not what we expected. Honey Badger says, but the way Ahsoka ended, it's setting up Thrawn to lose by thousands. To fall or lose by 1,000 dead arms, or whatever Bendu said to Thrawn. I feel like his downfall will be on Dathomir. That's true. What did the Bendu say to Thrawn in Rebels? Is that going to really be his end? I forget what he said. Somebody find that actual quote. Somebody help me out. Eclipse looks amazing. Lol. Maybe 2027 is when we'll get it, Star Wars Sith says. 2027. Oh my God, that sounds so far away. But honestly, it's not. It's only really like 3 years away. I hope it's sooner than that. I really do. But we'll see. Weird fact, but yeah, I researched Hutt lore in biology, and it's interesting, but they are actually both genders in one. That's crazy. So, never mind. We're not going to start talking about how Hutts do stuff. Okay, moving on. I bet we get Jedi 3 before Eclipse. Yeah, probably. I think you'll get Jedi 3 next year. Not next year, the year after. I'm already thinking it's 2024, guys. I'm already in the future. 2025. 2025, you'll get Jedi Fallen Order. Jedi 3, whatever it is. Jedi 3. So, Eclipse probably the next year. I think they're going to go big Star Wars game every single year. So this year it was Jedi Survivor. Next year it'll be Star Wars Outlaws. The year after it'll be Jedi 3. The year after probably Eclipse, and then we'll just keep going from there. There's no shortage when it comes to Star Wars video games. Battlefront 3, ladies and gentlemen, we would all right now, instead of this live stream, be all playing together on Battlefront 3 because it would be so sick with Mando and Ahsoka and all these other characters that you could play as in Battlefront 3. Battlefront 2 still has a ton of people on it. Where's Battlefront 3? We should start something. We should start. All right, we're going to gear up we're going to form the Avengers, okay, of Star Wars content creators, all right? Pull all the strings. Pull all the strings, okay? We're pulling all the strings, getting everybody we know, Star Wars creators, and we're making Battlefront 3 happen immediately. Deal? Yeah? Hashtag Battlefront 3. Hashtag make Battlefront 3. I don't know. What are we thinking? Come up with a good hashtag, somebody, please. I'm not good at that. Anthony says, Mike, I want to see Grobble the Hutt in the Bad Batch and in live-action Mando series. I want to see Rowan Freemaker and his abilities in canon live action. Is Grobble the Hutt stinky? Can somebody please help me out on that? Off topic, but any news on the KOTOR remake? I kind of covered that already, but yeah, no, there isn't. Dave says, Boba wasn't bad. It was just kind of mid, and it could have been better, in my opinion. That's a good take. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Petition for Battlefront 3. Yeah, but we got to come up with a hashtag, you know? Got to come up with a hashtag, get it trending on Twitter, and then get Star Wars' attention with it. And they'll be like, oh, wait, millions of people want this game. We could make millions of dollars if we made this game. Billions of dollars if we made trillions of dollars if we made this game. That's what they'd be saying in the background. And then they'd be like, get on this. And then they would make it like Battlefront 2, where you have to pay to unlock Luke Skywalker or play like 6 billion hours. Fucking EA. Stupid EA. Honey Badger says, Boba's theme was amazing, though. I say Mando, Boba, and Balin have the best themes of the new era of Star Wars. Yeah, so people were very concerned with hashtag Battle for Battlefront 3. There you go. Bring Battlefront 3. That's a good one, too. What was I just saying? Yeah, people have been saying that that without John Williams, Star Wars was going to be in a rough spot because John Williams was Star Wars. The music makes Star Wars, and John Williams did all the scores for all 11 movies. So it got a little shaky when we got to Mando. But then Mando comes out with a freaking banger. It's like Ludwig, what's his name? Ludwig Garrison? Got something? Ludwig something? And he freaking blows the roof off the place with the Mando theme and all the music throughout The Mandalorian. And then Book of Boba Fett does the same thing. Ahsoka has a great theme as well. Even Kenobi, the music's pretty good. And Kevin Kiner, I mean, with Clone Wars and Rebels. Star Wars is all about music. Literally, the emotional feel that you have with Star Wars when you see Luke Skywalker looking off in the distance at 2 freaking suns, that's the scene. It sounds stupid, but when the freaking horn comes in, tears. It's so good. So good. Cole says, a Star Wars game in the vein of Detroit Become Human sounds amazing. It seems like they may make it a bit more open world adventure too, which is why it's taking so long. Yes, please. Yeah, it seems very open world. Very open world. Yeah. Lightwood says, I don't hate any part of canon that I am a fan of. I don't like all Star Wars or Star Trek shows or movies, but I am a fan of both in all iterations. They have their good and bad points. That's a good spot to be at with it. That's a good spot to be at with it for sure. I like and dislike certain parts of Star Wars, but I think I like a lot more than I dislike. That's for sure. Jay says, I liked Book of Boba Fett because the Tuskens, but it should have been 8 episodes and didn't live up to the hype. I actually think it should have been the 7 it was. Just because if it went on any longer, probably would have been a lot more filler stuff, and it wouldn't have been as good. All right, we got a bunch of other chats to get here too. I promise you guys have to remind me at the end. Chopper will kill Thrawn. Chopper will kill Thrawn for sure. Remind me at the end to go back to these. All right, let's get to this freaking what the hell? Zoom in on this. Let's get to this ranking thing here. Let's do it. It's the first time we're ever doing this on stream, by the way, so let's see how it goes. But let's see. All right, here we go. Perfect. All right, so let's rank these bad Larrys. So we got, I think, 17. Let me get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19? 19? Do we have 19 or just I count way off? I don't know. We got, I think, all of the Star Wars shows, okay? All the ones that matter, at least. We got Visions, we got Clone Wars, we got Rebels, we got Mando, we got Book of Boba, we got Andor, we got Kenobi, we got Bad Batch, we got Ahsoka, we got Tales of the Jedi. We got all of them. So, we got even Resistance, okay? So, we got 5 tiers here. We got S tier, which is obviously the top tier peak Star Wars stuff. Then you got A tier, B tier, C tier, and D tier, which is the bottom of the bottom, okay? So let's start off. We're going kind of in order. I put them in order, I think, but I put them in order last night, but when I opened it up again today, they were all just scrambled, so I tried to put them in order as best I could, just really fast here. I don't know what this poop emoji is about, but I gotta click it. I gotta click it, no? Should I click it? I mean, I have to, right? There's a poop emoji on my screen. I must click it. Is that like a yes? Yes. Do I click it? Can I click it? Oh, it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything. Okay, let's start. So it's seasons. So it's got Rebels Season 1, Rebels Season 2, Rebels Season 3, Rebels Season 4, Mando Season 1, Mando Season 2, Mando Season 3, Bad Batch Season 1, Bad Batch Season 2. So it's seasons. But the only thing that isn't seasons is Clone Wars Season 1 through 6. And that's where we're going to start, okay? So Clone Wars Season 1 through 6 is one thing, and then Clone Wars Season 7 is its own thing. So Clone Wars Season 1 through 6, all right? Where do I put this? Great question. So, Clone Wars Season 1 through 6 has its moments. And when they have its moments, it's some of the greatest Star Wars there is. The Ahsoka arc in Season 5, where she leaves the Jedi Order, where she's framed, that shit's amazing. Mortis arc, so damn good. I was watching clips from that today, actually. And Anakin's whole, like, being told that he's the chosen one type stuff, that stuff's amazing. But Clone Wars, to its own fault, does have a lot of filler episodes. And I mean a lot of filler episodes. You have droid episodes. You have just filler episodes that are just filler episodes to be filler episodes. You have some just offbeat stuff. It's 6 seasons of, I think, 22 episodes per season. It is really, really good, okay? It's really good. Yeah. So it's got a bunch of incredible arcs, like Mortis, like Five's arc. What's Five's arc called? When Fives, of course, finds out about the inhibitor chip and dies. Like, all that stuff is incredible. So it does get really boosted high. What brings it back down to Earth, at least a little bit here, is the filler episodes. So the filler episodes is what kind of hurts it, and that's why Clone Wars 1 through 6 is in the A today. Okay? It's in the A. It could be that S tier if it wasn't for it being like over 100 episodes in a lot of them being filler. It is some really, really good Star Wars, and some of the stuff is peak Star Wars, and some of the seasons, or at least some of the arcs in the show, would be that S tier, but it's sitting at A tier, okay? Okay? That should be a kind of an easy one. That shouldn't really ruffle any feathers that bad, okay? Could you post a link in the chat so we could do it alongside of you? Can I do that? Let's try that. Hang on, what the hell? Let's try that. Hang on. Can I do that? Save or download? No. Can I? Oh, share to Twitter? Maybe. How do I get the link to this bitch? Or do I just copy the link, maybe? Copy the link? What do we think? Copy the link? I'll just copy this link. I'll put it in the chat, and we'll see if that works. So you guys can do it along with me. Is that what we want? Try that out. Try that out. Do a survey. I don't know what you guys are talking about, okay? We're just going to keep going, okay? We're going to keep going. But if you do this, and you do it with mine, post it on Twitter and tag me in it. Post it on Twitter and tag me in it. All right, let's move on. Moving on. All right, next is Rebels Season 1, okay? Rebels Season 1. What do we think? Where would you put Rebels Season 1? Because Rebels Season 1, that link worked. All right, cool. All right. So Rebels Season 1, it's really, I think, the weakest season of Rebels. It's really got the most filler episodes. It's got, yeah, you have to introduce the characters. You have to learn who the characters are, and you have to know going forward who these characters really are. So you have to learn who Ezra Bridger is. It's a whole brand new cast of characters with Kanan and Hera and Zeb and Sabine. But it also lays the groundwork. It also has the Grand Inquisitor. It also has the cool Grand Inquisitor, not the one from Kenobi. And it has the fall of the Grand Inquisitor. It also sets up a lot of Empire stuff and all that other stuff. However, it is the lowest of the low when it comes to the Rebels seasons. And with that being said, with all the filler episodes in it, with just too much of building character, and I do know that that's necessary. And it doesn't. Rebels is still just peak to me as a 4-season whole, but season 1 in and of itself, by itself, sits at C tier. I know. It sounds crazy, but if you combine it with season 2, 3, and 4, then it's a completely different story. But let's move on to season 2. Okay, season 2 of Rebels is where things get wild. You get Vader, you get Ahsoka, versus like the finale, Twilight of the Apprentice. Oof. Malachor, Darth Maul, all that stuff, incredible. But you also have Inquisitors hunting down Kanan and Ezra. You have more of Ezra training. You have Ahsoka being introduced. Did I already say that? Where would you put season 2? S tier. Wow. B tier, okay. S tier. Interesting. I have season 2 at A tier. Okay, it's not quite S tier. Now, I would put Twilight of the Apprentice in S tier, but just the last 2 episodes of a season don't elevate it all the way to S tier. I don't think it does. So I think this sits at A tier. A tier is fantastic. I think it is very, very good. But again, it's still on the earlier side of the season, still building up these characters, still introducing all this stuff, and is not quite that S tier. Now, first into the S tier is season 3 of Rebels. Okay? Just got to put it out there. It is. Quite frankly, it is. And so is season 4. I'm just going to put it in there too. And I'm going to talk about why now. Season 3 and season 4 of Rebels are S tier. They're peak. Okay? They are unbelievably good. Not only the Mandalore stuff with Bo-Katan and Sabine and the Darksaber and the Empire and all that stuff on Mandalore. Then you introduce Thrawn in season 3. You also have Ezra going dark side in season 3 with Maul. You have the Twin Sons episode with Maul versus Kenobi. I mean, come on. Then you go into season 4. Season 4, you got the sacrifice of Kanan Jarrus. You got the World Between Worlds. You got more Thrawn. You got the Battle of Lothal. You got some incredible stuff where Ezra pulls freaking Ahsoka out of the World Between Worlds. Incredible. Season 3 and season 4 of Rebels are peak. They're peak. Okay? Now let's move to Resistance. Okay? Honestly, never seen Resistance in my life. I watched episode 1, turned it off 10 minutes in. It's not for me. It's just not for me. Maybe it's for you. Where would you put it? I don't know. It's going for me right into the D tier. It is not it. For an animated show, so here's the thing with Resistance, okay? Resistance could have been better. It could have been the Clone Wars for the sequels. It could have been, but it wasn't. It just wasn't at all. So it goes right into the D. I couldn't even watch it. And that's from a gigantic Star Wars fan myself. Could not even watch it. Okay? That's where that goes. Now we get to Mando. We're getting to live action. For the first live action show, Mando Season 1. Where would you put Mando Season 1? What do we think? Mando Season 1. Oops. My thing is very squeaky now. Mando Season 1, you got S tier. It's only Season 1. Only Season 1. A. Bunch of A's. Bunch of A's. All right. Mando Season 1. The start of the live action Star Wars stuff. Not only does it introduce Grogu, who's a fan favorite character now, it also has a whole new cast of characters. The same way that that Rebels Season 1 introduced a whole new cast of characters, so does The Mandalorian Season 1, okay? But I think it does it in a whole lot better way, okay? It's really starting to find itself on the early on season, first season. It's trying to figure out what it is. It's got Queel, it's got Grogu, it's got Cara Dune, it's got good characters, good stories. And it's really, really good. I just can't put it in that S tier yet. I don't know why. Every time I think back to Mando Season 1, I can't think of it as S tier. So I put it back right in the A, okay? I put it in the A for that reason and that reason only. It is good. It is great. It's fantastic introduction to Grogu, to Din, to all these characters. But it's just not that S tier. Mando Season 2, however, is a different story. But we'll get to that. All right. Moving on to Visions. Visions Season 1. Where would you put Visions Season 1? This is the one with Ronin and the eighth brother the ninth Jedi. What did I say? The eighth brother? The ninth Jedi. The twin episode with the really anime one. Where would you put Visions Season 1? Visions Season 1. I'm losing it in that it is my voice. B tier. Low B, high C for me. Visions is D. Wow. So I'm going to put Visions Season 1 right in that B tier. Right in that B tier. All right. I actually think, and this might come to a surprise to you guys, I actually think Visions Season 1 is better than Season 2. I know, right? Sorry, but it's true. I think Season 1 is better than Season 2. And here's why. The Ronin episode itself, I think, is the best episode of any of them. But I think Season 1 has, like, both seasons have their on and off episodes. But I think Season 1 has more on episodes than Season 2. That's just where I'm at, okay? So when we get to Season 2, I'll put that where I put it. So Bad Batch Season 1. Bad Batch Season 1. Where do you put Bad Batch Season 1? Bad Batch Season 1. Where are we putting it? Bad Batch Season 1 is Order 66. You see Caleb Dune as he survives Order 66. You also go on to meet Omega, and you get the destruction at the end of Kamino. B tier, B tier, B tier. A for me. I especially enjoyed the start. Bad Batch is A. Interesting. Bad Batch Season 1. S tier. Wow. See? Bad Batch Season 1. Season 1 now. Just Season 1. For me, is B tier. It's B tier. The Order 66 is very, very cool. That first episode's like 51 minutes or something like that. It's good. It's real good. But the rest of the season is not. It's a lot of filler episodes in a show that really doesn't need any. It's a lot of just missions for what's her face and it, or sorry, not missions for what's her face. That's Season 2. My fault. It's more of just, especially the ending. The finale of Bad Batch Season 1 was a letdown and a half. And I know many of you agree with me when I say that. So I think it finds a good home in that B tier. Okay. Moving on to Mando Season 2. And guys, it's S tier. Mando Season 2 is S tier. What do you guys think? Is it S tier? It's S tier 100 times out of 100. Bad Batch Season 2 is S tier. Okay? Sorry, Bad Batch Season 2. Mando Season 2. Did I say Bad Batch? Mando Season 2 is S tier. Now, there's literally nothing in my mind that will change my mind about this, because, first of all, you start out with one of the coolest episodes on the premiere, which is Cobb Vanth. Introducing Cobb Vanth, who's one of my new favorite characters, by the way. Like, he's not my favorite character. He's one of, like, a new character. He's one of my favorite new characters. He's a very cool character. He's got Boba's armor. Boba's armor on Cobb Vanth, Din Djarin flying around beating a crate dragon. Amazing. Then you end the episode off with Boba Fett. Sick. Later on, Boba Fett comes back when you're on Tython on the Seeing Stone, but that's a whole nother thing. Then you got Bo-Katan, then you got Ahsoka, then you got Tython and the Seeing Stone and Boba Fett coming in. Then you got the return of Bill Burr, and then you got the finale with Luke Skywalker. From start to finish, Mando Season 2 is peak. Peak. Like if there was something over S tier, that's where Mando Season 2 belongs, okay? Now moving on to Clone Wars Season 7. All right? Where do we put Clone Wars Season 7? This is very interesting because, like Diamond Figs said at the beginning with his super chat, if season 7 was just the last 4 episodes with Siege of Mandalore, then it would have been an S tier. But where do you guys put S? Where do you put season 7? Where do you put season 7 of Clone Wars? Where are we putting it? S tier, S tier. All right. This might anger a little bit of you. Just a little bit. I'm putting it in the A, okay? I'm putting it in the A right alongside its first 6 seasons for the same reason that we brought up earlier on in the stream. The first, 8 episodes? The Martinez twins. Introducing the Bad Batch, which I liked. The Bad Batch were cool. But it's not that S level. It's not nearly as what we just talked about with The Mandalorian. It's just not that. And it's not even Rebels season 2 or 3. Or sorry, 3 or 4. It's just not. It's not at that level yet. The last 4 episodes, sure, it's 100%. That Siege of Mandalore is right there in the S tier, but the rest of the season holds it down. All right, Boba Fett. Book of Boba Fett. Now we get into some interesting territory here. This next couple projects are very, very interesting. Book of Boba Fett goes either way for a lot of people, so I'm interested to see what you guys think. Where would you put Book of Boba Fett? Very intrigued. C? Wow. C from Darth Revan. Boba is B, says Ghost Rider. D, says Gappy. Oh my. Boba's D. Oh my God. Mine is C. Story was B. Tamara Morrison acting was not good at all. Interesting. B. Wow. Just 90% filler. Okay, interesting. All right. So I'm going to place Boba, and then I'm going to explain to you guys why I placed Boba where I did, okay? Let's place it first. Boba, for me, it's B tier. Okay, so why Boba is B tier? Great question, guys. Boba is B tier, and here's why. Boba, first couple episodes. First of all, first episode, him crawling out of the Sarlacc pit, so good. Second episode, the train heists, is really, really good. Episode 3 falls off hard. Episode 4 is not that good either. It's kind of filler-y-ish episodes. And then the Vespa Gang, oh my God, don't even get me started on the Vespa Gang. Should we put it to D? Should we put it back to D? Do we, the Vespa, forget about the Vespa Gang for a second. Forget about the Vespa Gang for 1 second. Okay, moving on. Episode 5, which is Mando getting his N1 starfighter, so damn good. Literally one word to describe that episode is wizard. It's amazing. Episode 6 might be my favorite episode of all time. Like, only arguably would be that Ahsoka episode 5. So, with that being said, episode 6, which is Grogu being trained by Luke Skywalker, with Ahsoka Tano being there, with Din Djarin coming to see Luke's Jedi Temple, which we eventually see get burned down in the sequel. Like, all that, holy crap, episode 6 is so good, because it starts out, the first scene is with Cobb Vanth, and there's pikes on his territory, and he's like, boom, 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 then he tips over the spice, and oh my God, I could talk about that episode for freaking hours. In that episode alone, with episode 5 before it, and even episode 7's not terrible, and episode 2 and episode 1 are pretty good too, that elevates it, okay? And he pulls out Yoda's lightsaber and gives him the choice. So you take the Vespa Gang, and you shove it into the ground, and what grows from that is Luke training Grogu. So you take away the Vespa Gang stuff, you put in the Grogu trains by Luke and all that stuff with Ahsoka saying you're so much like your father to Luke Skywalker, and then even the ending of the episode when Cad Bane walks into town and shoots Cobb Vanth. Man, I want to watch that episode again. I literally just watched it last week. I want to watch it again. It's that good. It's that good. So that's why Boba sits in the B. If that episode didn't happen, Boba would be in the D. It would. Just for the letdown that it was. Just because of the beta fett. Just because of the Vespa King. Just because of the stupid ass spin. You guys remember the spin? You remember the spin? My God. All right. Moving on before I change my mind. All right. Kenobi. Where would we rank Kenobi? Kenobi, like a bantha, exactly. That alone puts it on the S tier. Kenobi, where are we putting it? Kenobi. Let's zoom in one more time. Oh, that's like perfect. Why didn't I do that in the first place? Kenobi A, B, C, as easy as 1, 2, 3. Low B for me. B. Make a new tier, Dave says. Kenobi. C. We got a bunch of C's, actually a B and an A is surprising. Low B for me. Worse than D, Dave says. C. All right. Kenobi, objectively B. C because of the disappointment with the show. All right. So Kenobi for me is a C. All right. It just is. And here's why. It's the Kenobi show. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin Skywalker. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you kidding me? We got a C show with the two of the most important characters in the history of Star Wars? Have you lost your mind? It's so sad. It's so sad. Now, the reason it's not in D or, like Dave said, create a whole new tier for it is because of the finale. The finale alone keeps it elevated in that C tier. Hayden's performance in the Vader mask when it goes between his voice and Vader's, so damn cool. So damn cool. That finale, when I think of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show, I just think of the finale. That's it. That's all I need to think about, because once I think about the earlier on episodes, I want to throw up. Reva? Ugh. The only good thing Reva did was get absolutely smacked by Vader in that second to last episode. Absolutely smacked by Vader in that second to last episode. Should have died, but she didn't, because in the finale she had to be chasing around Luke Skywalker with a red lightsaber, which Luke doesn't remember. God damn. Could have been on Ahsoka's level, but they fumbled the bag. Agreed, Revan. Could have been. Yeah. It's crazy. The thing is, too, coming out of Kenobi, is Reva's still alive. In canon Star Wars, Reva is still alive. Like, nobody talks about that. No, not a single person talks about that. Reva is still alive. That's all I have to say about that. That's all I have to say about that. Kill her off first chance. I hope they do. Let's take a brief intermission here so that we can throw some good cups follow orders into the chat. Guys, I'm working real hard. I swear I'm working real hard in the back end, working on that members only Discord. Hopefully that'll be up later this week. And then the shop. We got to get the shop up, get those good cups follow order cups out there. We need them. I actually have a great idea. So you know how like Star Wars has the scrolls, like the opening crawl? What if it just says like good cups follow orders in the style of like the opening crawl going down the side of one of these? That would be pretty sick. That might be the first thing in the shop on the channel, so watch out for that. Hopefully, if not this week, next week. I'd really hope to get it up by then. All right, intermission over. Thanks for the good cups follow orders. You guys are the best. All right, Andor. Where would we rank Andor? That'd be sick. I need that freaking mug. Yeah, that would be awesome. Wouldn't it be sick? Yeah. All right, where would we put Andor? People go, oh my God, the division on Andor might be the most insane. So let's see. Austin says D. Geek says S. S 100%. Andor D. So there you go. You got two Ds and two S's. Literally both the exact opposite side of the spectrum. What do we got? Andor objectively is an S. But for me, it's just not as, I can't read what that says. Oh, it should have just went away. Never mind. D tier, D, super D. Badger, you haven't even seen it. Andor is D, S or D. Yeah, it's literally just one or the other. Nobody said anything in between, really. B tier, there we go. We got somebody. All right. Andor for me. Here we go. Andor for me. This might make either a lot of you mad or a lot of you even more mad. I don't even know. I might make you all mad. Literally might make you all mad because some of you got an S, some of you got it in D. I'm putting Andor in B. I am. Andor's in B for a few reasons, okay? It's definitely better than Kenobi. It's definitely better than Kenobi, which is so sad. Andor, the show about nobody and nothing, is better than the Kenobi show. Oh my God, that's so sad. That's so sad. That is sad. Wild Bro chooses the middle ground. Okay, so here's my take on Andor, okay? My take on Andor is a little bit different than most, because most people either love it and think it's the best Star Wars thing to ever happen, and most people, or other people, hate it and think it's the worst thing. It's not Star Wars, it's got no lightsabers, it's got no force, it's got nothing. Here's where I'm at. It's in Star Wars. It doesn't involve the force. It doesn't involve lightsabers. It doesn't involve that stuff. But that's not always what Star Wars technically is. Now, Star Wars' backbone is the force. It is the mythos. It is all that stuff. But you still, in the first Star Wars movie, have the cantina. You have Han Solo. You have Chewbacca. You have all these, in the original trilogy, you have Boba Fett. You have all these bounty hunters or smugglers or scoundrels. And that's what Andor is. It's that side of Star Wars. So if you enjoy that side of Star Wars, then you're going to enjoy the Andor show. And not to mention the fact, it's very well written by Tony Gilroy and visually very well done. It got the budget. It got the visual spectacles. The Escape of Aldhani was very, very good. And it's visually stunning. The writing is good. I think it sits in the B because it misses the backbone of Star Wars. It misses the Force and it misses lightsabers. Now, you might get mad about that, but that's your personal preference, I guess. I put it at B. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. People who say it's bad, they're just wrong. I just don't see it being bad. Andor is not bad. It's 12 episodes of a good show, but is it 12 episodes of a good Star Wars show? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's right there in the middle of the line at a B. At a B. Okay? So B, because no force? No. That's not at all what I just said, geeks. It's a B because, well, first of all, it's a B. It's not a D. It's a B. Or sorry, it's a B, not a D, because of the story and the visuals and the writing. But it's a B and not an S because it's not really that important to the story of Star Wars. No, it doesn't have the Force. No, it doesn't have lightsabers. No, it doesn't really have a mythological meaning to it, but it also doesn't really connect to anything except for Rogue One. And guess who dies in Rogue One? Cassian Andor. Now, here's the difference. Rogue One, if it was on this list, it's S tier. Rogue One's my third favorite Star Wars movie ever. It's incredible. So you'd think that Andor would be higher up because it's a Rogue One character. It's got a bunch of Rogue One connections. No, that's not it at all. Rogue One is kind of the same, like, gist of Andor without the fantasy that is Star Wars. So yes, it is because of no Force. That's exactly why. Yeah. It's just missing that Star Wars, you know? If I was to watch the Andor show, I would not expect an opening crawl that says Star Wars. That's kind of what it is. It's a good show. Like, if it was just a show on television, it would probably be pretty good. The new characters that are introduced, Luthen's cool. I think the coolest part of it is the connections to Saw Gerrera and the Empire and stuff, but we don't get enough of that. Where's Krennic? Where's Tarkin? Where's all these actual high up Imperial people that mean something to us? You know? Like, at this time in the Empire, in the galaxy, those people should be prominent. They're literally in Rogue One, so why shouldn't they be there anyway? And honestly, I get giving Cassian a backstory, but I would way rather have seen, like, Jyn Erso's, not Jyn Erso. Yeah, Jyn Erso, right? That's her name, correct? Whatever the fuck her name is. Her backstory, or even, like, literally take any of them from Rogue One, honestly. My problem with it is it just doesn't have that. It doesn't have that. It doesn't have what Rogue One had. It's Rogue One without that mysticalness. It's a word. Look it up. Imagine if Thrawn was in it. That would be crazy. If K2SO was in there, it would be an A for me. I think, yeah, if you brought it, I think, let me put it this way. I think season 2 of Andor could be in that A tier, if not S tier. I think they will bring in Krennic. I think they will bring in K2SO. I think they will start to really, I mean, because they say that season 2 is supposed to lead right into that first scene with Cassian in Rogue One. So I think season 2 will be a lot better than season 1. Yeah. I think Thrawn may have been better written by Gilroy, like something like Andor. The thing with Tony Gilroy and the problem with Tony Gilroy is he doesn't know Star Wars, and he actually doesn't really even like Star Wars. He said this multiple times. He doesn't say that he hates Star Wars, of course, but he doesn't really know the lore. So the people who put in like the Easter eggs in Luthen's gallery or the Rakatan crystal that he hands to Cassian, like that stuff is not put in there by Tony Gilroy. You know, it's definitely put in there by somebody else. Probably Dave Filoni, probably somebody else behind the scenes. But Tony Gilroy doesn't really know Star Wars enough. He doesn't care about those Easter eggs. He just wants to tell a good story. And that's kind of where Andor is. And that's why it's a B for me. Moving on. Andor. Just kidding. I heard there's only going to be 2 seasons of Andor. Yeah, Cat's Paw, there is only going to be 2 seasons because season 2 is going to lead directly into Rogue One. So, yeah. All right. Moving on. Bad Batch Season 2. Where do you rank Bad Batch Season 2? Actually, there would be no place for Thrawn in Andor. Because Thrawn's already gone by then. Correct, I think. Actually, wait, maybe he's not. Because Andor has a giant time jump, doesn't it? Like it's way before Rogue One? I don't know. Would Thrawn be gone by now? Not too sure. S tier. Didn't see it, Cole? You didn't see Bad Batch Season 2? Bad Batch Season 2 is... I can't see that. B tier. You guys haven't seen Bad Batch Season 2? That's actually crazy. Okay, so Bad Batch Season 2. Where would you guys put it? A tier? A tier? Andor Season 1 is the same time as Rebels Season 1, is it? Yeah, I don't really know because Andor has that time jump. How far before is Andor than Rebels? I mean, not Rebels, sorry, Rogue One. Because Rogue One leads directly into the original trilogy, so Thrawn's definitely gone by then. But how far before is then? Bad Batch is S. Bad Batch Season 2 is S. B, maybe B. All right, I'm going to put Bad Batch right alongside its first season in that B tier. Okay? It does have incredible stuff. Mount Tantus is very, very cool. I actually think in the earlier on episodes where like they go into that Zepho technology thing, like that giant creature thing, I think that's very cool. I thought that was one of the cooler episodes. But down the stretch, it does get really good. You got the Commander Cody episode on early on with Crosshair. All the Crosshair episodes are fantastic. But then you have the Crosshair episode when he's in the snow base. That is so damn cool. Blank. Oh yeah, of course, Tech dies. I was like, who dies at the end? Tech, of course, dies. Spoiler alert. That is very good, but it's not like even Clone Wars level. It's the Clone Wars is so much better than Bad Batch in my personal opinion, just because of its significance towards the greater output of Star Wars. Bad Batch is literally like almost zero impact on what's going around or what's going on around him, because it really does nothing. It connects to nobody. A lot of it's filler and yeah, that's why it sits in the B. Yeah. All right, moving on. Mando Season 3. Spoiler, wow. On me for not watching it already. I know, Cole, you only had like 8 months. Yeah. Bad Batch Mando Season 3. Mando Season 3. Where are you putting Mando Season 3? What do we think? B? B tier? B tier? Mando Season 3. What do we think? B tier. Mando Season 3 is a D. What? D tier, what do we think? B, it dragged on too much. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to put Mando Season 3. Okay, this might be a little bit controversial, but might not be that crazy because some of you really, really don't like it. But it doesn't seem like many of you really, really love it, so it might not be that bad. I'm putting Mando Season 3. Damn, I want to piss you guys off so bad. Do I do it? Shit. Where does Mando 3 go? It's S tier, okay? It's S tier 100. Just kidding. Okay, I'm going to actually put it in the A tier. In all seriousness, I'm putting it in the A tier, okay? And here's why. I enjoyed Mando Season 3 a lot. That was a lot. A lot more. Okay. I feel the heat already coming. I feel the heat. You guys, I feel you guys typing like crazy. I feel you guys typing. I feel it. Okay. Let me speak. Settle down. Okay, so here's why I put it in the A tier, and hear me out. Maybe it could persuade you a little bit. Okay? Okay. Let me take you down a little memory lane of what Mando Season 3 was. Let's go over to Disney Plus here. Let me give you a little memory lane for Mando Season 3, okay? Because I think a lot of you forget the highlights, and you just think of the lowlights, you know? So let's talk about the highlights. Mando Season 3, Episode 1 is the apostate, okay? This is when Mando wants to go back home, and he wants to go back to Mandalore. And this is when we get the first scenes of them going to Navarro. Navarro looks new. They come out of Navarro. They get attacked by the pirates. They go through hyperspace. They see the Purrgil, and they go meet Bo-Katan. It's a shorter episode. It's definitely nowhere near the premiere of Season 2, which was incredible, like we talked about earlier. But that's why it's not ranked with Season 2. I think the premiere was solid, but not the best. Then you go on to Episode 2. This is when we actually get to Mandalore, and we go to Tatooine early on. This is what this is from. You start off on Tatooine. You visit Pelimoto again, and he gets R5, which was cool. But he goes to Mandalore, which is turned to glass. He gets captured by the person, and we get to see Bo-Katan come rescue him, I believe, in this episode. No? Something like that with the Darksaber? Something along those lines happens in that episode. I might be confusing Episode 2 and 3. Episode 3 is the one on Coruscant. This is the one that really got a lot of people pissed. Because this was on Coruscant. It was Dr. Pershing, and it didn't really go anywhere. It was kind of a filler episode. It was weird. Yeah, the grievous-looking thing. Yeah, the grievous-looking thing was in Episode 2. So this was the one on Coruscant. And this was the one with Dr. Pershing. Now, that story arc was weird. It was good, but it was like kind of just out of place. And they started out the episode with this cool fight sequence with Bo-Katan and Mando as they got back to Bo-Katan's castle, and it got blown up by the Empire. That fight sequence was cool, but then that whole kind of episode with Pershing was weird. I like seeing Coruscant, but it was weird. It was definitely weird. Then we get Episode 4, which is the Foundling. Now, this is the Order 66 flashbacks. This is when we get to see Kelleran Beck is the one who saved Grogu. A lot of people were upset about that. We get Order 66 flashbacks of clone troopers in the Jedi Temple, but this is also, while that's going on, you get to see Din Djarin and him save Paz Vizsla's son, and that's why Paz Vizsla trusts him and all that stuff. This kind of first 4 episodes are all just setting up the connection between Mando and Paz Vizsla and Mando and Bo-Katan so that he can be the one who unites all of the Mandalorians as they go to rescue their entire home world. Going on to Episode 5 is when the pirates attack Navarro. This is when Din Djarin has to ask the Mandalorians to come together and help him help Navarro. And that's when we get the cool pirate attack on Navarro. That's when Bo-Katan, that's when they're like, we're definitely going to need more help. And that's when we come to Episode 6, Chapter 22, which is Guns for Hire. Now, this is the one with everyone's favorite Jack Black and Lizzo episode, which did not age well, I suppose. But Jack Black was cool. This was definitely the filler of all filler episodes. A lot of people I remember being extremely upset about this. extremely upset about this episode, like people saying this is the end of Star Wars type stuff. Definitely was a filler episode, that's for sure, but it had its moments, let's say. And then Bo-Katan gets handed the Darksaber by Din Djarin over a technicality, which again, a lot of people are upset about. Then you get to the penultimate episode, which is very cool. They go to Mandalore again with all the Mandalorians united. Paz Vizsla dies. You get to see Moff Gideon in the Mandalorian armor. You get to see the Mandalorian stormtroopers. You get to see all that fight sequence and stuff like that. That's cool. And then the finale is kind of where this season is at. The finale of this season was very, very good. You get the cool fight scene in the air with the jetpack fight scene. You get the Moff Gideon, my clones, which is stupid, but that's okay. You get Moff Gideon versus Din and Grogu. Grogu versus the Praetorian Guards, which was cool as well. Bo-Katan versus Moff Gideon. A lot of people upset about the end of the Darksaber. Long live the Confederacy. Yeah, Count Dooku mentioned was cool. Yeah. And you got Grogu in the IG suit. I forgot about that, too. That's cool, too. But yeah, that's Mando Season 3. So there's some highlights. There's some lowlights in the name of Lizzo and Dr. Pershing. But there is a lot more good than I believe bad in this season. I think it is probably below Season 1 if I were to rank the two next to each other. If I were to rank the two next to each other. But again, I think they're close enough that they do remain on the same wavelength here, both on A, because I don't think that Mando Season 3 is as bad as Book of Boba Fett. I just don't think it's at that level. Now, on a bad day, I would argue it's a B. I could easily switch this around, boom, boom, boom. I don't know. For now, I'm going to leave it on an A. Maybe by the end of this stream, I'll change my mind. I don't know. I do go back and forth from A to B. I kind of just wanted to see you guys get a little bit upset when I put it in the A, but I do believe that it is in that A-B range, okay? Now, Tales of the Jedi. Tales of the Jedi. Interesting. It's a 6-episode show. All the episodes are about 11 minutes on average, I think. Where do we put Tales of the Jedi? What do we think? It's an A for me. A for Tales. A for Tales. It's an A or S. For me, Tales of the Jedi is S tier. Now, it might have been just because of the timing of it. It was coming off of Kenobi. It was coming off of Andor. It was during the time of Andor. But that shit's peak. That's incredible. Storytelling-wise, like, people complain about Dave Filoni in live action. Dave Filoni in animation is incredible. The way that he did Tales of the Jedi, 6 episodes, they're all about only 10 minutes. The amount of story that he told in those 10 minutes was insane. 3 episodes of Ahsoka, 3 episodes of Count Dooku, getting to see more of the background of Count Dooku with a young Qui-Gon, a younger Mace Windu, and seeing all that stuff was so good. Short and sweet, yeah. Short and sweet for sure. Getting to see Yaddle get squashed, yeah, exactly. Yaddle versus Dooku was sick. But it was just incredible. Seeing Ahsoka at Padme's funeral, seeing Ahsoka versus that Inquisitor. The amount that was told in those just literal 30 minutes was incredible. It was literally incredible. 30 minutes for each character. 6 episodes. That's it. I can't wait. Literally can't wait for Tales of the Jedi Season 2 with next year's projects of Acolyte and Skeleton Crew and Andor Season 2, like Tales of the Jedi lives up to those big time shows, big budget, long form shows. Tales of the Jedi is almost just as hype for me in that sort of vein. So that's where I got Tales of the Jedi, S tier all the way. Now, Star Wars Visions Season 2, where do you guys put that? Season 2, C tier, interesting. I rewatch Tales of the Jedi a lot. Yeah, that's the thing too, is it's an easy rewatch and really, really good. But what do we got? Vision Season 2. Didn't see it. C. I'm not getting excited about the Acolyte. I wasn't going to, but when I watched the trailer, wow. Yeah. Tar Vizsla and Tales of the Jedi Season 2, that would be cool. D, C, D, B. I think, again, like I said earlier, Vision Season 1 is better than Season 2. I'm putting Season 2 in the C tier. I think just the good episodes were good. Not as good, I think, as the good episodes were in Season 1. And the bad episodes were bad. Like, real bad. And I just didn't like them. at all. And that's just my own thing. Like, I just didn't like him. It's C. It's definitely C. I don't think it's as bad as D. Like, it's not as bad as Resistance. By all means, it's not as bad as Resistance, but it is in that C for sure. All right, now, what we've all been waiting for, the Ahsoka show. Let's hear it. How divisive are we on this one? How divisive are we on this one? Ahsoka. Ahsoka. Where do we rank Ahsoka? S tier, S tier. Okay. A tier. A or S. S. A if I'm being real. A, B, B. Okay, this is a lot better than I thought. S all the way. All right, this is an easy one. Then. Ladies and gentlemen, without a doubt in my freaking mind, it's S. It's not even close. Ahsoka, the only thing that gives it a run for its money is Mando Season 2 right here. So if there was a tier over S, it would be Ahsoka and Mando Season 2, and that's it. That would be the peak of the peak, and I think we just came off of a peak show. Now, I know a lot of people will disagree with me, and that's perfectly fine. It's your opinion, but as we know here, my opinion is fact, and it stands, okay? So as I wear the Star Wars sweatshirt, as I claim the title of a guy, a singular guy, who loves Star Wars, I say that Ahsoka was peak, and I say that it was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, seasons of a television show that we've gotten from Star Wars ever, and I think it really paves the way for a great future in Star Wars. Not only for an Ahsoka Season 2, but for Skeleton Crew, but for Mando Season 4, but for a Heir to the Empire movie, if not trilogy. It really paves the way for the future of Star Wars, and it could even pave the way for the future after the sequel trilogy with Abeloth, with Balin, with the Mortis Gods, with Ahsoka, and all that stuff moving past the sequel trilogy, which is absolutely amazing. Okay? So what do we think? How did I do? Should I save this? Let's save it. Download image. Why not? We'll post it on Twitter and see if it gets some people going, you know? See if it gets the people going. Let's give it another poop emoji. Oh, no, I already did one, so I can't do it again. But yeah, I shared that link so you guys can do it as well. If you do it, just take a screenshot and post it on Twitter and tag me on it. That would be cool. But what do we think? How'd my list come out? Now do the movies. We'll do the movies sometime soon. Not tonight's stream. It'll take too long. But I also don't have it set up. I'll have to create a whole nother thing for it, you know? Yeah, no. We'll do the movies at some point, though. It'll be a lot easier. There's only 11 of them. I think there was like 20 of these or 19 or something like that. So 11 movies will go pretty quickly. We can definitely do the movies, though, if you guys want to. Just not tonight, you know? So how did I do? Did I do good? What do we think? Dub list? Oh, nice. Nice, Jay. I only disagree with a couple things. That's new for Star Wars ranking. I know, right? So we've come to a point where, let's take a look back at our list here. Star Wars, I mean, there's only one thing in the D, and it's Resistance, which, I mean, shouldn't even be on the list. It shouldn't even be considered a show, but it does have like 3 seasons or something, so whatever. But it's very top heavy, which is good. There's more stuff in the S, A, and B than there is in the C and D, which is good. There's more stuff on the top than there is the bottom, and that's where you want to be at. Honestly, if we did this for Marvel of Phase 4 and 5, I think it would be majority C and D stuff. You got freaking She-Hulk and Ms. Marvel and stuff like that. So I think Star Wars is in a upward climb here because Ahsoka is just the last project we got. Tales is something we got last year. Mando is still a few years ago, but that's not that bad. And these other two were a longer time ago. But even still, like the more recent projects, or like the most recent project here, is at a higher rank. You got these two that are kind of lower, but even Andor is, a lot of people would argue, is higher than that. And yeah, that's where we're kind of at with all that. Is Star Wars is on an incline, and that's the good news, you know? Never watched Resistance, and I never will. You might, I mean, you're not on your own there. I'm probably never going to watch it either. Yeah. Poop emoji means you're voting that the list is bad. Oh, no. What? No. Don't do that. Thanks. I changed my vote. I changed it to my smiley face. Changed it to a smiley face. That's better. Okay, thanks. Thanks for warning me. Now, movies, I might disagree completely. Yeah, so we'll do a movie one. Maybe next week. I don't know. Maybe later this week. I don't know. Depends on the news. If there's a short news day or something, I'll do a movie list. Yeah. I like Ahsoka, but I think it was B as a whole. Episode 4 through 6 were peak of the season. Episode 4 through 6 were very good. I think from episode 4 on, just the rest of the season was very, very good. Casbah says, I just wish there was more excitement from everyone to see Ezra again, and Thrawn was somewhat disappointing. You think Thrawn was disappointing? And excitement for them to see Ezra again? I think Hera Syndulla, you're talking about, her not being too excited. I think her reaction was, oh shit, he's back, but he's in the bad guy's ship, and Sabine and Ahsoka aren't with him. So she was kind of very upset about that. You know? Yeah, no. Cole's, I already read that. The list wasn't too bad. Oh, thanks, Catspaw. Wasn't too bad. I'll take it. General Grievous says, I think the Clone Wars seasons from A should be switched with Rebels from the S tier. I get that, 100%. A lot of people do like Clone Wars better than Rebels, but I'm just a Rebels fan. I am, yeah. Dave says, I haven't watched the new season of Visions. Is it worth watching? Also, dub list. Thanks, Dave. And I'd say it's worth watching, for sure. If you're ever bored and you want to watch something Star Wars, it wouldn't hurt to watch. It's not like bad. It's definitely, I mean, what did I put it? C? Yeah, I think I put it C. Season 2? Yeah, I put it C. It's not like terrible, so it's definitely worth a watch, you know? Darth Revan says, I tried to play the Acolyte trailer on Discord, but it wouldn't load. I think it got taken down on Reddit. Yeah, so I have it. I mean, I have it, guys. I have it. I don't have it. I have it. So if you want it, you got to hit me up on either Twitter or Instagram, because I can't send it to the Discord. It's too big. That's what she said. But it's too big to send on Discord. Discord's got a weird thing where you can only send like really small videos or just pictures. So, yeah. Austin Snow says, I watched some episodes of Resistance and I hated them. Yeah, I couldn't get into it. I've heard some people who like it, but I just can't do it, you know? Disney will ruin the world? I hope not. I definitely hope not. Ghost Rider says, we all know that the sequels are D. Oh, a lot of people would argue with that on that one, Ghost Rider. I would have to really, really think about it. I would. I think, yes, they would, but I'll keep it up for interpretation. So when we do that, it'll be a surprise, you know? Cole says, agreed. Thrawn was a little bit underwhelming. We'll see more of his genius when he takes down the New Republic, though. And that's when he'll be intimidating. Yeah, that's true. He was going up against 3 Force users with lightsabers. He was a little bit out of his league there, and he did handle it pretty well. So yeah, I think we didn't get the Thrawn that we wanted, but I think it's setting up for the Thrawn that we'll get. Yeah. Season 7 of Clone Wars should be S tier. I think you could argue that. I think it's just the earlier episodes, you know? I think the last 4, Siege of Mandalore, are peak. Siege of Mandalore itself would be up in that Ahsoka and Bad Batch Season 3. Bad Batch Season 3. Mando Season 2 in that higher than S tier type thing. That would be Siege of Mandalore, but the rest of the season is not there. Darth Revan says, it's so rare to see a Rebels fan. Most people I meet either haven't seen it or don't like it. Yeah, it is hard to find them. It is definitely hard to find the Rebels fans, but hey, I'm definitely one of them. Cole says, I actually enjoyed 7.5 on 8. 9 though? Oh, you're talking about the sequels? Yeah. Dave Bradley says, Season 3 or 4 of Rebels are peak Star Wars, in my opinion. Hot take. Dave, I completely agree with you. That's not a hot take to me, but it might be a hot take to a lot of other people. Clone Wars Season 3 through 7 is better than Rebels Season 3 through 4. I completely disagree. But I respect it. Yeah. Oh, we'll rule the world, not ruin? Yeah, maybe they'll rule the world. Revan says, can't wait to see him dismantle the Mandalorian in the New Republic forces in Mando Season 4. Yeah, so that's going to be sick. Mando Season 4 might just be a Thrawn takeover season. Like, that could be so damn cool. If Mando is like, who the fuck this blue guy? And then he just comes in and wipes the floor. That'd be awesome. I thought Thrawn in Ahsoka was fine. He definitely was fine. And I thought he was pretty good, too. But he definitely didn't live up to the hopes of most fans, you know? I do agree, but I think that if Rebels had more seasons, it would be in a close race. Rebels has more time to get comfortable, but I think that if Rebels had more seasons, it would be more filler. And I like the fact that season 3 and season 4 almost have no filler. There are a few episodes, but there's very limited ones. Clone Wars is spread out so vast that there's so many filler episodes, you know? Yeah. Damn, Ahsoka over and now Josh left. Need nerd theory. All right, let's talk about this a little bit, guys. Since you brought it up, that's tough, dude. I've been watching Nerd Theory for like 3.5 years, however long it's really been on. Josh and Theory are the reason that we're all here because I made this channel because of them. Because of Nerd Theory, watching Nerd Theory and wanting to do that myself. That's why I'm live right now. If we're being serious, the amount of impact that the two of them just doing a weekly podcast on Mondays really did for the Star Wars community, because I'm not the only one. There's so many people, and I'm pretty sure Star Wars Sith and Diamond Figs, who were in here earlier, I don't know if you're still in here, will agree with me when I say that they even created their channels because of them. Yes, Josh left Nerd Theory last night. Yeah. So it was his last one, and it was quite a bummer. What's honestly even crazier is that Theory's looking for a replacement. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't replace him because he's got no other option. Josh left. And I fully respect Josh's decision. He wants to make his Unity comic, which is going to be cool. I can't wait for it. Josh leaving was sad. Hopefully he comes back from time to time. I think he will come back when his comic is done. I think his return will be very, very cool. You need to get on. That would be crazy, Jay. That'd be wild. Why'd he leave? Okay, so Josh created a comic called Unity. He also had a kid last year. And he got married. So he had a kid. He got married. He's now got this Unity comic. He's got a lot going on. A lot. So he just doesn't really have time to do a weekly podcast where they almost go for like 4, 5, 6 hour streams sometimes. Like, it's crazy. So he really has to focus on that Unity comic because he thinks he can make something big. And that's amazing. Myself, I've been working on something on the back end very slowly. It'll probably take years and years and years because I'm not focused on it that much. I'm focused on this a whole lot more just from where I'm at in this process, you know. But I'm in a very similar spot where I'm working on something behind the scenes, and it's a very cool project of mine, but I won't be doing that for whatever. I'm focused on this, but Josh is at a different spot where he's more focused on that. So that's kind of where he's at, and he needs more time for that, you know? So we left. And what's interesting is a lot of people were throwing out names last night on Nerd Theory for replacements for Josh for the time being until he maybe decides to come back. And I have to say, I'm disappointed in you guys. The fact that my name wasn't thrown out there at least 10,000 times is sad. Quite frankly, a missed opportunity, if you ask me. Didn't have enough guy who loves Star Wars in the chat. Didn't have enough people in the chat hyping up my name. No, it's all good. Maybe. Unfortunately, I don't watch their channels. Well, there you go. I said Eckhart's Ladder. I don't know who that is, but yes. Didn't see the show, otherwise I probably would. Oh, thanks, Catspaw. Yeah. Respect to Josh for putting the family and personal passions first. Kind of sucks, but I'm glad he's doing well. Yeah, 100%. Can't blame him. I'm probably the only one who watches Star Wars because of Nerd Theory. I'm probably not the only one that watches Star Wars because of Nerd Theory. Yeah, Dave, you're probably not. 100%. No thanks. I don't want to hear Nick Gillard and George Lucas 2,500 times on stream. So why would I... So I would have not referred you to be the replacement. I think me and Theory could get into it. I think, like... Yeah. He's a lore channel mainly. Yeah, but they do the... Here's the thing. And not that, like, it would boost this community. That's kind of what I would be more at. Like, I want to boast this community as big as possible because I love you guys and I want more people to enjoy Star Wars as much as we do on a weekly basis. And to get that sort of audience, it's got like 200,000 people, not like watching at the same time. He's got thousands of people at least on the rewatch. He's got like 200,000 people watching on the rewatch that Nerd Theory every single week. And those people love Star Wars. Now, some of them are haters. Of course, you always have the haters. Some of them love Star Wars and would love to kind of be a part of this whole community. And it's not obviously just a fully just personally, I'm like a very selfish thing. I would love to be able to grow the community. That's the whole goal of this thing. We want to grow the community so that we can be bigger. You will probably make a lot of money. That's, again, Jay, that's not what it's about here. It's more about growing the audience. Now, if the money comes with that, that means we get to do more as a community. The giveaways become bigger. They become full-on fucking lightsaber replica shits, like full-on Boba Fett helmets, like stuff like that. Big giveaways, stuff like that. And that's where I want to be at, you know? So that's just me. I mean, I put in my word with Theory. I DM'd him on Instagram, and he liked my message. Very nice guy. But, yeah, I mean, we'll see. You never know. All I know is I want to grow the community here, and if that means that I could get on that show even once to kind of get out there, it would be nice. Keep making quality content like this, and we'll spread the word for you, and you'll get there. I know that, Cole, but it's a slow process, and if that could boast the process and make it a lot quicker, I'm all for it, you know? Yeah, no? Cole says, I would have, but I think I enjoy your solo content more than I would with others. I get that, Cole, 100%, and I wouldn't stop these for sure. I mean, it would be Monday nights, and it wouldn't affect me at all because I'd still be doing my Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday streams, and all my other content would not be affected in the slightest. I'd just make an appearance on that show. Yeah, it would not affect me at all personally in the solo content game. Not at all. Honey Badger says, I honestly think you and Theory are polar opposites. That's why I'm here and no longer there. Hashtag the people who love Star Wars. Thanks, Badger. I don't think we're polar opposites. I think Theory still has a love for Star Wars. His love just might be for the earlier stuff and not more so towards the newer stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's whatever. Dave says, I think your channel will grow very big as long as your Star Wars stays hot and makes more stuff like Ahsoka. I agree with that, Dave, and I think this channel has a long way to grow. I'm just more saying that being connected to other people in the community, like we had Star Wars Sith on here earlier, we had Diamond Figs on here earlier. Those two are very, very respectable people in the Star Wars community. If you guys are still in the chat, much love to you guys. I was just over at Star Wars Sith's channel earlier today watching him play Jedi Survivor. I want to be more connected with the community like that, you know? So we can get some more inputs on the Star Wars. You know? Yeah. Ghost Rider says, just keep it after a few years. You'll probably just be as popular as Star Wars Theory. Oh, thanks, Ghost Rider. Yeah, well, I mean, we're trying. We're trying to grow. We're trying to go. Not everybody can get that crazy. I mean, Theory was ahead of the game 100%. He was one of the earliest Star Wars channels, so he grew at a very rapid pace. He got to like 1 million subscribers in the first year. We're on year 2 and we're at 2,000, but I haven't really been taking it seriously until the last 6 months. So, sorry. So it's a different story, but definitely didn't grow as fast as him, but it's a whole different kind of time, you know? Yeah, I know. Honey Badger says, now compare the Mando Season 3 to Bad Batch Season 2, and you have grown a lot. Wait. Now compared to Mando Season 3 and Bad Batch Season 2, you've grown a lot, and your streams and videos have been taking off. Keep up the grind, Mike. Yeah, thanks, Badger. I 100% appreciate that so much. We have come a long, long way since Mando Season 3, which was the beginning of this year. Not even, it was like April of this year. Not that long ago. 6 months ago, really. And we have come a very, very long way in not only subscribers, but just the quality of content, the quality of streams, all this stuff. Very, very, very cool. Yes. And it's all thanks to you guys. I mean, 100% thanks to you guys. We got almost 20 people listening right now. 20 people would have been the record 6 months ago. Would have been the record. And now the record's 54. So that's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Yeah. Cole says, yeah, just an opportunity to get your name out there. I got you. Yeah, 100%. George Lucas and Nick Gillard are great, though. Yeah, they 100% are great. They made Star Wars, pretty much. I mean, Nick Gillard's more of a prequel guy, but George Lucas, I mean, we owe everything to him. We owe everything to him. Yeah. Your pal Joe says, I'm back. What's good? Oh, what's up, Joe? I wish I was watching for the Jedi Survivor streams. Yeah, we did those when it came out in April. I wouldn't mind doing a playthrough again if you guys were interested in that. That would be fun. That game was sick. I love that game. I love it. I love it. But I mean, guys, come on. We got to get me on Nerd Theory. What the fuck's up with that? I was hoping at least one person would say, oh, what about a guy who loves Star Wars? Nobody. Not a single person. They were like, oh, what about Diamond Figs? Oh, what about Star Wars Sith? Oh, what about the Rey side? Oh, what about Knights of Melvin? And I love all those people. But what about Mike? Just kidding. Much love to you all. Damn, Andor is beating Ahsoka in the poll. Is it really? Wow, Clone Wars took the lead. 32% say Clone Wars. Next is tied Mando and Andor. What happened to this poll? It really took a sideways turn, huh? That's wild. That's whoa, wild. That's crazy. That is crazy. Clone Wars is at the top of the game. I should have put Rebels on it. I should have put Rebels. Damn it. All right, let's end this poll. See where it ended at. What is your favorite Star Wars show? Clone Wars, 31% of you said Clone Wars. 23% said Mando, 23% said Andor, and 21% said Ahsoka. That's crazy. I might have to start up a poll on the main channel. Community tab. I wonder how many you can put in that. We'll see. Jay says, apparently Knights of Melvin is going on his channel tonight. Star Wars Theories channel. What? What? Just kidding. That'll be fun. Might have to tune into that. I'm excited for you to stream Outlaws. I'm excited for that too, Joe. I can't wait. Can't wait. I accidentally hit Andor, but I changed it. Ghost Rider says, there you go. Should have put Rebels. I should have put Rebels, damn it. Gotta run. Have to do some writing, but thanks for the great content, Mike. Appreciate y'all. Thanks, Cole. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, 100%. Knights of Melvin. Should we go? All right. If Theory's actually streaming with Melvin tonight, I want all 18 of you guys here to go crash that stream, and everybody say Theory. Get Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars. Get him on the show immediately. We must demand me on the show until it happens. Okay? We don't take no for an answer, but don't spam in the chat. That's annoying. Don't spam in the chat. Just ask nicely, ask politely, mention me by name, and we'll get it go. Yeah, there you go. I'll put your name out there in Star Wars Theory. Theory gets a man who loves Star Wars. There you go. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. No, it's funny. It's funny, but I'm actually kind of being serious in a slight way, in a funny way. All right. We got anything else going on in the Star Wars world? Anything else going on? Anakin's trending on Twitter right now. Why is that? Anakin Skywalker. Oh, we got a Lego. We got a special Lego thing for Halloween. With Mando. It's 2 minutes long. A Lego Mando-ween full special. There you go. It's 2 minutes long. Should we watch that? We definitely get copy struck for that. Oh, it's got Grogu and he's trick-or-treating. He's eating candy. Oh my god, guys. It's a Mando-ween. Mando-ween. That's hype. It's Lego, though. You guys gonna watch the Mando-ween? I'll try, but Theory only reads comments if they have a $5 donation minimum. Yeah, but that's to his own fault. It is or not his fault, but he is such a big channel that he doesn't have time to read the entire chat. But if we all put it in the chat, if you all put it in the chat, he would notice. Yeah, I don't have any money to give a super chat right now, so I can't really do it. That's fine. You don't have to put money. Just put it in the normal chat, He'll see it eventually if you put it in there enough. Nothing wrong with Legos. I agree. I think it'll be cool. You want to watch the Mando-ween? Is it on Disney Plus? Mando-ween. I don't see it here. It's not on the top page thing. Might only be on Twitter. Maybe we could watch it. It's 2 minutes long. Do we risk getting copy struck? What do we think? Is it under the Terrifying Tales thing? No, that's its own thing. Where's the Mandoween? I don't think it's on Disney Plus. I think it's just on Twitter. I think it's just on Twitter. Do it. I don't want to get copy struck, guys. I don't want to get copy struck. Yeah, we're not watching it. Sorry. We're not watching it. Don't want to get copy struck. It's not worth it for a little 2-minute Lego thing here with Din Djarin and Grogu. Here, you can watch this. He's got the Darksaber, so it's clearly season 3, sorry. And then you got Grogu eating some candy. There you go. That's all you get. That's all you get. Not showing any volume or anything like that. It's X, not Twitter. Oh, sorry. I apologize. It's X. Freaking X. It's Twitter. Where was I? I still buy Lego Star Wars. Oh, I got the Skywalker Saga. Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga video game. I also got literal Lego Star Wars. Vader's head. Guys, I have all of Mos Eisley over there on a glass table. I literally can't show you because it's enormous. I forget how many pieces that was. How much is the Mos Eisley set? How many pieces is the Mos Eisley set? Lego Mos Eisley Cantina. The Mos Eisley Cantina is... Where does it say? Where does it say the piece number? Piece number? Dismiss. It's 3,200 pieces almost. So 3,200 pieces almost. Ages 18 plus. That's some... you have to be pretty old to build that Lego. It comes with 21 minifigures. This thing I'm talking about. I got this right over there on the glass table. It's pretty sick. Not gonna lie. But again, it's $400, so it was worth it. That's funny. X Twitter. It's everybody still calls it Twitter. Yeah, it's true. It's true. X is terrible. 100%. I got the Cantina for my birthday last month. That's sick, Jay. Happy late birthday. Good Lord, that's a Lego set. It's enormous. It's sick. It is collecting dust over on that table, but it is cool. It was cool to make. Yeah. Have you seen Dude's film videos? No, I don't know who Dude is or Doo. I enjoy Lego Star Wars too. Yeah, me too. That's why I don't want to have a whole bunch of people watching you because you won't read you will only read super chats and not the chat. Jay, I promise. Even if I have 6 billion subscribers, I'll read your chats. I'll try. Honestly, today I didn't even read your chats. If I'm being completely honest, I didn't read all your chats today and I feel really, really bad about it. But let's scroll back up. We got into the whole tier list thing and it was just too much. So, oh wait, it doesn't even scroll all the way back that far? It doesn't save the old chat. Wait, what? YouTube puts a limit on how far I can scroll back. That's crazy. Wow. Well, I try to read most of your chats, you know? Are you going to watch Knights of Melvin in theory? They stream in 10 minutes. Oh, no. I love Star Wars Legos, but they're too damn expensive. Yeah, they're very expensive. But that's why we want to do the giveaways. We gave away the Lego head for the finale of Ahsoka, and we want to do more of that stuff. So, yeah, 100%. Look up Doo Films. He's got a great video, tributes and stuff. I definitely will check that out after this stream for sure. All right, I think I'm going to get on out of here so you guys can go watch Theory and Melvin. Just kidding. Much love to all you guys. Go spam me. Go get me on the Monday Nerd Theories. All right? All right? All right. Just kidding. Much love to you all. This was an amazing stream. I love the list that we came up with. If you guys do create your own list, tag me on Twitter. A guy who loves Star Wars, tag me on Twitter. I think we came up with a quite fantastic list today. I know many of you probably disagree with some of the stuff we talked about tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. Watch out for a video tomorrow, which is going to be very, very good, talking about Anakin Skywalker. You want to see the thumbnail? You guys want to see the thumbnail for tomorrow's video? You want to see the thumbnail for tomorrow's video? You want to see the thumbnail for tomorrow's video? Let's look at, do you guys want to see it? I mean, I don't have to show you if you don't. I don't. We're talking about, the video is about Anakin Skywalker and as to why he hasn't been able to help out with Luke's Jedi Temple, with Kylo Ren falling to the dark side, with telling anybody that Palpatine was returning because he's been to Exegol and he knows that it's happening. Why Anakin wasn't involved in any of that, sorry. Do you guys want to see the thumbnail? Do you want to see the thumbnail? Nobody wants to see the thumbnail. Fine. No thumbnail for you guys. No thumbnail for you. Worked damn hard on this thumbnail. God damn it. All right, you want to see the thumbnail? All right, we'll show the thumbnail. We'll show it then. Calm down. Jeez, guys. Well, let's zoom in on it at least. Why can't I zoom in on it? Oh, wait, I can zoom in on it. I lied. Ooh, ah. Ooh, ah. Great thumbnail. Great thumbnail. I think it's a fantastic thumbnail. Dub thumbnail. Thanks, Jay. All right, yeah. So watch out for this video tomorrow. It's going to be a cool one. It's going to be a nice one. So watch out for that at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Be there. Premiere people. Premiere people. I like doing the premieres. I always go back and forth. I'm like, should I not do the premiere? Would it perform better if I didn't premiere it? Blah, 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 blah. But then I'm like, premiere people. Okay? Premiere people. Okay? So be there for the premiere, you know? Be there for the premiere. Palpatine looks like a nun. He kind of does look like a nun in that, doesn't he? Kylo, amazing thumbnail. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks, guys. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. You guys are the absolute best. An amazing stream. Fun, cool tier list. Maybe we'll do the movies sometimes. Maybe. Smash the like on this video if you liked it. Hit subscribe and hit that bell so you get notified every time I post a video. And my pretty face will show up in the recommended feed of yours. And may the force be with you. Always, 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 always. Oh, wrong button. Again, the stupid button hides because I don't know where the freaking stupid button is, that I hit a different button and now I look like an idiot. What a great stream. What a great show. What a great stream. Go spam my name in Theory's chat. God damn. What a great stream. What a great show. You guys are the absolute best, greatest community in the entire world. Shout out to all you guys for being here for the entire stream. You guys are amazing. And going with me through that whole tier list. It was a lot of fun. Shout out to all you guys. You guys are amazing. Hope you have a great rest of your evening. Great rest of your lives. And good night, everybody. Somebody get the timer out. Hey.